A lot of my clients are looking for a deal in real estate, but it's really hard to know if you got a true deal if you don't know the data. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing you all of the data of Central Washington's housing market. We'll be taking a look at Chelan, Leavenworth, Wenatchee, and Cle Elum. Has there been a crash? You could say that. We'll dive into each one of these markets and I'll let you know where the opportunities are. All right, I'm going to jump on my computer and I'll see you there.
Okay, let's start out by looking at Wenatchee. It is the steady Eddie market of Central Washington just because it's a bigger city and it has more of an economy and there's a lot less second homes in the Wenatchee area. So here is a 10-year outlook of the average price point. And as you can see, Wenatchee is just steadily going up, 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 and up. Here is when rates really started to affect everything and we had a bit of a drop. And now we're kind of tailing out. So that's the 10-year overlook of what happens in Wenatchee. But let's take a look at the 1 year. So this is price. This is average price. And I know this might look really concerning down here, but really the reality of it is a lot less homes in the $1 million market are selling. So let's look at price per square foot. And you can see there has been a little bit of a downturn since last fall on the price per square foot in the Wenatchee area. But it is up year over year. So, it's steady. It's kind of got its seasonality. I'll show you here. Take a look at a 3-year. Let's take a look at a 5-year rolling. See, all of these dips here are seasonality. The bottom is January. We're going to see that again here, January. So if you're ever looking for the best deal, shopping during the holidays is always going to be the best time. Of course, there's going to be less homes on the market. Okay, so price per square foot, we're up just a little bit. I would call that our year-over-year appreciation right now is right around 2%. Not bad considering a lot of homes throughout the country are markets are really going backwards. Okay, days on market. So days on market is really increasing for the listings. And on top of that, I want to show you the showings to pending. So buyers are taking a look at a lot more homes right now. They're not just jumping on the first one that they see. And the number of homes for sale is a little bit lower. It's up from last year, so 69 in April there. Let's look at April here. 57. So there's more homes on the market this year during April than there was last year during April. But our pendings are starting to pick up. So buyers are coming back to the market in Wenatchee. I would call this a buyer's market, to be honest with you. If you have a home that is listed, make sure your agent is talking to you about how to get in front of this market and how you're attracting the right buyer. If a home is priced really well, it is still selling really quickly. If you are off on your price just a little bit, your home is sitting on the market for a lot longer. So Wenatchee, as far as a crash, I wouldn't say that there has been any sort of crash as much as I would say that you have a little bit of opportunity right now. You're kind of down in that lower dip of price per square foot of affordability. But here's one of your really big opportunities, and this is for all of the markets that we're going to look at. The economy in the stock market really has a lot of buyers worried about what's going to happen. And a lot of our cash buyers, this is also really impacting the $1 million market, but a lot of our cash buyers are not in the market right now. They don't want to pull any money out of the stock market. They feel like it's a bad move. So you have that less competition, less cash buyers. So once the stock market rebounds, that story is going to change. And this is really interesting because I can almost feel from the amount of interactions that I'm getting from buyers, the amount of showings I'm getting on listings, and even my YouTube analytics, I almost know when the stock market has done like a huge jump up because I start getting more conversations. So That's just kind of more of a feel thing than an analytical thing, but okay, here we go. So let's take a look at Chelan. Oops. Let's see here. Okay, Chelan market. So let's take a look. Let's go to that 10-year. And this is what Chelan has looked like for average price over 10 years. And it's been kind of stable. And then, wow, the last couple of years, it really was all over the place. As always, it's not my favorite analytic to look at. Price per square foot, though. Look at that. It is all over the board. And this is what I'm talking about with more of these second home markets. Right now, it is at the lowest price per square foot that it has been at since 2020. So there's some opportunity right there. If you were looking for a second home, whether that's cash or finance, right now there's some opportunity for you. This is what it looks like for the 1 year. So we are way down here. We are 23% lower than where we were a year ago. So I would consider this a spot where you'd find some good deals. Average days on market is a little bit lower year over year, and closed sales. So we've got actually more closed sales from this April than we did the April prior, which is really interesting to me. It shows that buyers are back a little bit more than last year. Remember, last year was the worst housing market since, right, when I say housing market, I should say homes sold across the nation since, I want to say, 1995 or something like that. It's been a long time since we've seen so few sales happen. Okay, days on market. Going down. So buyers are coming back to the Chelan area, but there are some big advantages with that lower price per square foot. Okay, Leavenworth. Once again, okay, price per square foot. Wow, Leavenworth is actually taking a huge gain for 12% year over year. Let's take a look at the average sale price over 10 years. Yeah, a little bit rocky. Something that I want to point out that's really interesting about both the Leavenworth and Chelan, this right here in 2021 is when Chelan County put on the short-term housing moratorium or their new laws of not having permits. Leavenworth doesn't have permits, Chelan does. Anyways, I'm blabbing. And the home prices actually increased, and I find that really fascinating because I thought that there would have been a sell-off, but not the case whatsoever. Okay, let's get back to it. So days on market, or price per square foot, it is going up. Pending sales, though, they have really dropped, but still a little bit better than last year. Days on market, they're way up there. And let's see, shows to pending. Oh, flat. I'm surprised. Let's look at how many homes are for sale. Even less on the market. Boy, what is going on in Leavenworth? So, man, Leavenworth is looking like a really strong market right now, and I wasn't expecting that. So, all right, let's take a look at Cle Elum. Okay, average price. Let's look at the 10-year. Yep, there we go. So pretty stable. It's been a little rocky. That's kind of how the housing market's been, and we can see those dips associated with the winter months. Okay. So let's look at price per square foot. I'm going to look at the 10-year on this. Yeah, steadily just kind of going up, 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 and up. They're all pretty stable markets for the most part. So price per square foot, it looks like it's going up, but it's actually down 5% from last year. And we're seeing that. There was a lot of homes that didn't sell last year in the Cle Elum market, and they're coming on the market this year at a lower price point. So there is some opportunity in Cle Elum if you were looking for a good deal. Days on market, it's going down, which means buyers are starting to come back. Pending sales, they really came down last fall. They're starting to flatten out. This is when April, May is really when the Cle Elum market starts to kick off. So we're going to start to see more homes go pending, and we're going to see a lot more buyers come back this year. But it's a great year to be buying in Chelan, Cle Elum. I don't know. Leavenworth is a wild card for me right now, or Wenatchee. The market is kind of at its low, and as we see more affordability with rates, if they ever drop, I don't know. I'm tired of talking about that. But certainly the stock market, once we see that rebound, we're going to see a lot more buyers come back into the market. I hope that was helpful. If you want more in depth about a certain price point or micro markets, please reach out. I'm here for you. And thanks for joining me this week. I am Amanda Dallman, your Central Washington Realtor. See you next week.